So today's topic is more reused content potentially coming to Battlefront 2. This is something that's been going around a bit lately. I want to talk about it. Obviously, I haven't done like a full-on discussion video in about a week or so now. I've just been a bit busy, so sorry about that. But this is today's topic. Let's get into it. Now, we're going to be looking at a tweet from community manager Ben Walk, and it said this, potentially loaded question, but interested in hearing your thoughts. How do you feel about Battlefront 1 maps being brought over to Battlefront 2? Now, judging by my comments section alone, most of you have made it pretty clear that you want new maps first before any reused maps. I'm the same as that, I want new maps as well. However, I've also made it clear that I am fine with reused maps being brought into the game if it's done right. And so far it just hasn't been right. I think we can all agree on that. Now, something I'm always talking about is the balance of new and reused content. I feel like I'm just talking to a brick wall at this point because EA and DICE never listen to the community in general when we talk about wanting new content alongside reused content, but there needs to be a good balance there. So let's focus on maps because this is what the tweet was about. Now, in December, we got the Last Jedi DLC, and that included the Create Galactic Assault map, one of my favourite maps in the game. I didn't like it at first, but it's now one of my favourites in the game. And that is the only new Galactic Assault map we have had since launch, so nothing since then. Pretty pathetic, however, we all know the story of that. It's something that's talked about every single day in this community. Moving on to the smaller maps, we've not had the best variety at all there. We've had two new smaller maps brought into the game. These are the Administrator's Palace and Jabba's Palace as well, both from Battlefront 1. Now, when they added Administrator's Palace along with the progression update, I was very excited. For those of you who don't know, Administrator's Palace was my favourite map of Battlefront 1, and there is no map I wanted to see return more than that one, so I was just very happy when that was added to this game. Jabba's Palace I'm not actually a fan of really in this game. I like the location in the Star Wars universe, but in this game it's just not really a map for me. However, I'm still glad they added it into the game because I know it was quite a popular choice among the players. But let's be honest, most of the maps from Battlefront 1 were good maps, apart from a select few such as Twilight and Hoth. Survivors and Endor was a controversial one. I thought it was okay, it wasn't the best map. But this isn't what the community wants, and I know this because I see it everywhere. We want new content now. What we want the most is Clone Wars, that's pretty clear. But that's not coming yet. We know this is a solo season, so no Clone Wars just yet. I'm not happy about that, but that's not the focus right now. Just because we're not getting Clone Wars content yet doesn't mean we have to get reused maps. I do know that we're getting the new world next month. I'm very excited about that. I think it's just going to be one smaller map on the Spice Mines of Kessel. But what's very worrying here is how Ben followed up this tweet. He claims that his general takeaway is that it's pretty split between those that would like it and those that would prefer new content. Now, I really don't know at this point if EA and DICE are just oblivious to what the community actually wants. It's not split. People want new content more than old content by a long way. I love how he didn't tweet this via a poll, because if he'd done it by a poll, the true statistics would have been shown. After this tweet went live, I saw many polls suggesting the same thing, and the difference is huge, and I mean huge. People want new content way more than old content. It's not split. It's fine adding old maps to the game, but we've had no new maps since December now. It's getting very repetitive, even I'll admit that at this point. I was fine with playing the same maps over and over again, but as of the last few weeks mainly, it has started to get a little boring, and there's only certain maps now I will actually play. Some of them I've just completely stopped playing. You can't expect this game to survive if you're just going to keep adding content from the last game. If we want to go and play that content, let's just all go on Battlefront 1. We might as well. They need to be adding new stuff to this game, and it's just not happening. And when they are adding new stuff, some of it's good, like the skins, for example, that they added, but we're just not getting enough. So after this video's been live for a while, I'm actually going to do a poll on the community tab and see what my audience are interested in. Would you like to see more new or reused content? I think I know how it's going to go, but I definitely want to be certain on it. My overall thoughts though are that it's kind of pathetic really, and quite embarrassing as well, that they are considering adding reused maps at this stage. After all the game's been through, all the criticism it's received, They decided to revamp the progression system, and after that they're considering reuse maps. I really hope that I am wrong here and they've got so many new maps waiting to be added to this game. But let me know your opinions, guys. As always, I want to thank you very much for watching. Don't worry, I've got more discussion videos on the way for those of you who like them, and those of you who don't like them as well, there's still more on the way, so don't worry about that. Thank you for watching. As I said, I'll see you all next time.